Hey, what's up, guys? It's Daz, and we're bringing you the second game of Lost Saga MSL Group H. This is a game between go.go and C. It is on the map Neo Harmony, which is a pretty big macro map. And so it's a TVT here between go.go and C. C, a pretty well-known player, a really good player who does not have that much success in Star Leagues, and go.go a kind of bottom of the barrel, just kind of barely hanging on. I'm actually surprised to see go.go here. He's a guy who kind of came onto the scene like in 2006, late 2006, early 2007, I think, and just kind of barely managed to get onto the scene, get on the Pro League roster, and never really made any kind of dent. He's just been kind of hanging around. Every once in a while he qualifies for a Star League and gets knocked out early in the group stages. And to tell you the truth, I really thought that this guy would have disappeared off the face of pro gaming a long time ago. So to his credit that he's been able to stick around this long, but he's definitely the underdog in this game. C is just a really strong Terran player. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
You know, I'll agree with you on the C part. I think, I mean, he is just such a fucking nerd. Like, I think it's like go.go and Haya are like the two biggest nerd Terrans ever. Like, why can't they play other races? Like, it seems like all the Terrans are huge nerds.
What about Dark Elf? You can't forget about Dark Elf.
The Protoss has Bisu, Zerg has J-Dong, and what do we got? We got go.go, Haya, we got Dark Elf. It's like, come on. But, yeah, completely irrelevant to the game. I think you're a little bit harsh on go.go. I don't think he's that bad. I mean, looking at his stats, he's 31 and 37. He's got a 45% win rate, which is pretty bad. But, I mean, most of that is from his Protoss. If he did, besides TVP, he maintains a 50% in TVT and TVZ, so it isn't that bad. And just for syncing, too. 1-0, and this is Neo Harmony. I would definitely say a real spread out macro map. We saw this map quite a bit in Group G, the Super Terran group. Real heavy Vulture play. Both of the players really decided to stick to Vultures a majority of the game, using mines, trying to keep map control. I guess because the natural expansion does have that opening, so if your opponent isn't really prepared for Vultures, you can get a lot of SCVs. But I mean, it's also a pretty big map, so mobility is definitely a key here. And I have to say C is the favorite, and I'm not too sure how this game is going to play out, though.
No, I mean, we can't really tell. Although I would be surprised if we did not see the same Vulture play that we saw in Group G. That really seems to be the way to go on this map. Just the mobility provided by the Vultures early game and the openness of the map, it really just makes them a great choice. Although I'm definitely gonna have to pick C. I mean, I know go.go's not a bad player, but I don't think I've ever seen him really get too far in an MSL. I think go.go actually, his nickname is Bug Terran. What made him most famous, when he first started, he used some kind of glitch in a game, and that's how he got the nickname Bug Terran, for using some kind of bug. And it was a big kind of scandal and disgrace, although I don't remember what it was that he actually did. What bug was it that he used? Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you remember what this was?
I don't remember. I don't know too many Terran glitches. Like, there's weird stuff you can do with landing buildings, but there's really not anything you can do that would really make a big impact on the game besides allied mines, and everyone really knows about that. I actually haven't heard that, but that's pretty interesting. And oh, and just for clarification, we got C in the yellow Terran in the upper left, and go.go in the red Terran in the bottom left. Both players on the left side, so not cross spots. So I definitely think early aggression may work if a player's prepared for it, but it's probably not favored. It looks like go.go's going to go for probably an early CC, although, yeah, the SCV kind of stopped at the Ram, leading me to think it was a late barracks. But yeah, so C, more of a forward barracks. I can't imagine him building too many Marines. Huge pull there, really favoring C, I'm guessing, for this matchup, simply because he's just, he's been around a lot longer, a lot more experience. And, you know, even though C is kind of the choke artist, I mean, it's still only the round of 32. He definitely has a shot at getting out of this group.
And the kid is so talented too. I mean, you just can't. I mean, if you watch him play in Pro League, I mean, he's looks like consistently one of the best Terran players in terms of like the level of play he's able to show in Pro League. Just his control and his macro and his game sense is all really good. It's only the nerves that gets him down. If he could get past his nerves, I mean, he would be a force in the individual leagues. And I think there's a good chance that he might even have won one. I mean, he's been a top Terran for a long time now. He's just never been able to get it together for one of the major leagues. He's always choking, even though he's been doing better and better recently. I mean, it's kind of interesting to see like how well is he going to do here. Is he finally going to have gotten over his choking problems? Who knows? So far, not off to a great start considering he's behind on the command center, but. He is a little up ahead in tech, so it's probably going to balance out. go.go is going to have to make an early vulture, so it's going to hurt his SCV count a little bit. Well, C's not going to do that, so... Oh, C actually picking off an SCV. So go.go getting a little lazy there, getting sloppy, not paying attention to the SCV that was in red HP. Good move by C. That's definitely taken the edge off the fact that he got 14 CC'd. So, every little bit counts here.
I just want to throw out there just kind of as a funny, one thing I remember from the game, and it was a 30-minute game in Andromeda, but go.go actually went into C's base, and he actually did a lot of damage, and he picked off one of C's SCVs in his mineral line almost exactly like that, so I think C actually got a little bit of vengeance there. I think it's real funny how he got that SCV, and C moving out with the vulture, but go.go, excellent timing on that bunker. He knew exactly when he needed to have that finish, not pulling his SCVs out until he desperately needed to, and I'm really interested also in the decision that C made. Instead of going for aggression and trying to further his tech, he just simply put down a command center and just really just took the hit. And he'll be able to get some map control, but not nearly as much as he would if he decided to go for a one. Even I don't want to say all in because he knows that go.go went for an early CC, so early aggression definitely would work. But it looks like for the most part that this early CC is going to pay off for go.go, and unless C goes for something crazy, which we see the second factory and the armory, so I mean C is just playing completely standard, so I guess he's really just, he's got the barracks up and he's, just taking the economic hit, and we see that go.go's already has his second factory started. He doesn't have the armory yet, but he's still getting his upgrades, so I mean C really isn't he lost his advantage on tech here for the most part, and go.go, opens up the game with the lead.
But yeah, that all being said, I don't think it's a huge lead. I mean, I think C did the right thing. He knew what he was doing. I mean, the fact that, one, he picked off that SCV, two, he forced him to build a bunker. I think that those, and also if you noticed, at a couple points for a few seconds, go.go actually had to cut SCV productions. So there were a few moments there where if you were paying attention closely, and I was, you could see that go.go's command center was not flashing. So I think all of those things adds up to the fact that even though, yes, C is definitely behind in this game, it's not a huge difference. So it's still a pretty close game. It's still totally up in the air, although go.go's definitely going to have his macro is going to come out a little earlier. But C looks like we're going straight for a heavy tech. He's going for tanks. He's sending down 2 tanks and 2 Goliaths already. He's completely skipping vultures, which is going to give him the advantage for now, but he's way behind in factories. For go.go having 4 factories to C's only 2. Oh, these vultures are going to try to sneak in here. Oh, well played by C getting that vulture in the ramp. He's still going to have the vultures get in his base, but at least he did some more damage to them before they get in here. Losing 2 SCVs, 3, 4 SCVs, 5, I think there's a 5, 6. So they're taking a lot of damage here. go.go doing really well with these early speed vultures. This is a huge hit to C. Oh man, he's just losing tons of SCVs. This is really bad for C. That was huge. Even though those 5 vultures are gone, I mean, that was, I think, a good, 9, 10 SCVs? I didn't really get the best count. Yeah, I think it was about 8 or 9 SCVs.
Yeah, and I guess go.go really taking us to school there on the mobility of this map. I mean, we said for the most part that vultures would be most effective, and we saw C actually try to go for like a 3 factory opening with pure tanks and Goliaths. He didn't even decide to go for any vultures, and go.go just immediately taking advantage of that. Yeah, go.go isn't going to be able to get through there, though. C actually is prepared for that, and go.go's getting some mines down, though, but C does have the comm sets up, and C cleared those out pretty quickly. So now go.go's starting to lose forces, and although go.go did some economic damage there, C's going to have built up probably at least 5 or 6 tanks and a few Goliaths by now where go.go really doesn't have any forces, and C's going to try and move up and get a containment out, and go.go just has to keep streaming vultures out. go.go needs to keep C away from his base as long as he can until go.go can get the tech up to build enough siege tanks to fend off and really kind of stop C's push. And this is one thing that the vulture opening also allows, is you don't have to spend any gas on early tech units like tanks or Goliaths. You just completely make vultures. So go.go just went completely